Guys, what's cracking? To Aussie here again. So we're going to do a little bit of a cook, but we just got to check everything's working. Check our audio and whatnot. Just give me a few seconds. How do you like the thumbnail? It's just an AI thing, of course. That's not my new girlfriend. Oh yeah, what am I doing? Check it out. I've got to watch my own head. Anyway, that's what I wanted to find out, if the audio is working, and it is. So let's turn that off because we don't want to hear that. Skip the ad and check myself out. Away we go. And how are we looking? We in the spot and all whatnot? Yeah, looking good. So guys, I was thinking I was going to do maybe a little bit of a steak Sanga, but those of you who do know will know, a little while ago I got this steak sandwich down at the sports, this Saturday morning sports where the kids were playing their rugby league down the road here, and I went to the kiosk there and I got a steak Sanga with gravy and onion. So we've still got the old KFC gravy from the other night, and I'll cut up an onion, we'll cook a steak. Now, those of you also who do know will know I'm not the best cook in the world. We'll see how I go with that, as far as the steak goes, that is. And we'll cook it on the old burner. Now, before I jabber on too much, Merry Christmas to everyone. I want to put that out there straight up in case we don't get back to it. I'm sure we will. We could be here for 2 hours tonight. I'm in for the long haul tonight. Merry Christmas to everyone, and I hope you've had a good one today and you got all the Chrissy presents you want. Now, for me, Christmas is more about the kids, so I'm not too worried about all that stuff for myself, but it's nice to hang out with some people and do some stuff. Now, this stuff, I've got an esky down here, so I don't have to go back and forward to the fridge all the time. Stella Artois. So first time that I've got this stuff. Well, I had a few last night because I had to go and get them. Stella Artois. Now, I want to try, first up, I know I said we're going to do a bit of cooking, but I want to try something I haven't had before, which is a shandy, which is lemonade and, in case you don't know, lemonade and beer, half an hour. So I've never tried one before, and I do want to try it. I'll just whack these in the esky because we don't want them getting hot. And before we do the shandy, check out the comments a bit and see what's happening. Just let me get them in there and we'll be good to go. Just get rid of that. We don't need that. Now, we've got a few comments. And Bob's your uncle. Rightio. Please come to Wollongong and try chicken something. I did try some place down there a while ago. I'm just putting something over the keyboard here because, or in a minute, because I don't want stuff splattering everywhere. That was just my elbow then, if you heard that. Good old Walter, of course you had to come up. Now, someone already bagging me for this. Now, why I pulled this out is because we haven't done this for ages, and someone actually commented the other night that I haven't used this for a while, and this is the original one I used to do back in the day when I used to go live. I used to use this thing, so I thought, why not? And it's easier for you to see and all that too. So, what was I going to do then? I want to see how many people are here for a start. 129 watching. That's pretty good considering it's Christmas and people are busy. Some people. I just want to put that so I can see it. Now I don't have to ask you guys in the chat. That'll do me. Rightio. Merry Christmas to Aussie. Thank you very much. Tom Lou, thanks. Now, I'm going to do this. I've got a bloke-sized thirst, of course. It's a bit of a warm one again, but I suppose you get that in summer, don't you? John Miller, $2.99. What sponge do you use? I don't know. What do you mean, washing up sponge? Thanks for the $2.99, mate. Merry Christmas. Now, these guys seem to need an opener. They're not twisties. You know, wreck your hand trying to get these things open. Now, because I said, like I did say, I haven't tried a shandy before. Now, I knew it was lemonade and beer, but I saw a few people doing them, and I reckon some were putting lemonade first, half lemonade, then the beer. Others were putting beer first, then the lemonade. I reckon lemonade first looked like the way to go. Let me know. This can be a little controversial thing. Would you put the lemonade first or the beer? Let's pour it. The lemonade, oh, that's a bit more than half, I think. It could be fizzier, but this is the lemonade from the other night. So, chuck that back in there. Let's give it a porridge. Actually, no, I'm going to drink a little bit. That's a little bit more than half, I reckon. All right, here we go. This is it. First time trying a shandy. I actually want to hit on it. It ain't happening. Right, yeah, so if we do another one, I'm going to do it the other way around. Put the beer first, then the lemonade. Merry Christmas. Cheers. Pour in the beer in the glass and pour the lemonade in the toilet. And with that being said, now I've had it on first week. It ain't the best, is it? But I wanted to try it. Like I said, I've never tried it before. I know about it, but I've never tried it. Great to see you too, Cosmonaut. And probably all your copycat cosmonauts will be here as well. Now, where to start? That's what I want to know. Let's just whack this thing in here first. Now, if I do end up doing any camping, which I may do, of course, I'm going to take this along with me. That's what it's for. Got that wrong, didn't you? There we go. Well, no, what the hell? Oh, it's not in a hole. You got to stick it in a hole, isn't it? Bloody Nora. Now I can smell bloody gas. What have I done wrong here? Oh, I did this before and I got it right. What the hell? I should have left it in there the first time. Right, here we go. Technical difficulties. There we go. We're in. Now another swig of this. This bloke is so dopey. Good on you, Walter. It's great to have you here. I hope everyone trashes you. Even on Christmas, you can't keep your big mouth shut. Hey, Flavors, nice to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. Swear at it. That's the way Aussie to get things done. Actually, you know what? Sometimes that does work. Not so much swearing, but you're getting a bit cranky. Disability support pension. Not quite yet. I ain't quite over the hill. I'm on my way, though. Rightio. Stage 2. Can you cut up an onion? So what I want to do first is cut the onion up, and then I've got the steak down here in the esky. I'll grab that out in a sec. Let's cut up the onion. Get off. And like I said, you all know I'm not a great, but I am good at eating. Make that a bit thinner. Flavors Down Under is the one who can cook. Go and watch her, guys. She knows what she's doing. I thought I could smell gas then. I thought that was bloody leaking. Rightio. That's our onion done. I need another swig. How close to the nearest hospital? Not far. Who taught me how to cook? Self-taught. Can't you tell? Now, steak. I'm going to put some steak in here. We'll chuck the onions in with it. And then later on, when the steak's resting, we'll put the gravy in it. I went down to Woolies yesterday, got some steak. It's, what do they call it? Market value steak. Now, that used to be, not so long ago, $33 a kilo. I've cut a bit of the fat off it because it had these big chunks right in the middle. It's, what's that steak called again? I can never remember the name. What's my favorite Christmas memory? Actually, you know what? John Mill, thank you, $2.99. On you, mate. My favorite Christmas memory was when we used to have the pudding. I actually didn't like the pudding much, but Christmas pudding, and parents used to, and back then, of course, it was a big deal. Parents used to put 20 cents and 50-cent pieces in it. You had to be careful you didn't break your teeth on it, of course, but you got a little bit of money out of it with custard and all that stuff. So that was good. I used to like that. That's one good memory. I just can't get this where I want it. That'll do. Anyway, that's market value steak. Was $33 a kilo. It's gone up already, 35, but usually it's about 50 a kilo. The good stuff. This is the cheap stuff. So market value. I can't stop drinking. Believe it or not, guys, I haven't had anything to eat today. Let's get this cooking. Will I blow myself up? No, not this time. I don't want this on for too long. Can't stand the heat. It's too hot today. Now, should I put butter and oil? I think I should, you know. I'd like to taste it, I think. Some butter. Now, guys, this pan, and this frying pan, I've talked about it before. I got it at Woolworths not so long ago, and it's a bloody ripper. It only cost me $9, believe it or not. You've got to be careful with it because it's a non-stick thing. You don't want to wreck it, but it's brilliant. I love it. So a little bit of oil too. We'll put some oil in there. Right. Give him a bit of swizzle. There we go. Now I'm going to chuck a couple of pieces in, and then we'll salt them and pepper them. Actually, I'm going to put 3 in. Why not? I might just have a sandwich. I might have more. Have some on the side with eggs later. Might as well cook them up while I got them here. Salt. You got the pink salt, the gay salt. Good salting. Love to see it. And the pepper. Oh yeah, baby. Alexa, can you set me a timer for 2 minutes? I'm going to give these guys, oh shit, I forgot something. Onions. Chuck them in there. I'm going to give them 2 minutes each side and then chuck them on a plate and wax some foil over them. Let them rest for 5 to 10 minutes. We'll continue cooking our onion and put the gravy in it. Now this could be a complete disaster. We'll soon find out. The problem with doing it live is you can't edit it. Thank you for that too. $7.99. Oh, thank you, Ian. Ian Smith. Thanks, mate. I actually saw your comment saying that you were going to be here on that little short I did. Let's see if we can get a bit more of a close-up of this so you guys can see it better. Oh, some onion absconded. I should turn that up, I reckon. What the hell? I turned it off. Idiot. There we go. Now we're cooking. With gas for once. We're usually not. Get the alfoil ready. Maybe. Oop. Well, we lost me gravy there. Wouldn't love to see it. Alexa, stop. We'll flip these over, give them another couple of minutes, and out on a plate. If I can get them. It's very hard with these plastic tongs or these rubber tongs. Alexa, can you set me a timer for 2 minutes? I hope my smoke alarm doesn't go off. It's all happening. Cheers. You know what? I'm going to finish the rest of that beer off and make another shandy. We'll do it the other way around. Beer first, lemonade second. Get some toast or some bread into the toaster. Oh, now, I'm either going to get these underdone or overdone. That's usually what happens. Could be underdone this time. We'll soon see. Let's go for it. Beer first. I want to head on this one. There you go. I did that on purpose. Lemonade. I think this is the way to go. Beer first, lemonade second. Oh yeah, baby. I'm gonna love it. We'll go overboard, it'll settle. There you go. Nothing like it. $3 from Chicky Boo Boo. Thank you. Thank you, Boo Boo. Alexa, stop. Right, yeah, that'll do us. We've got to move quickly here, and that's something that you guys know. I don't do that well. You better watch me in 2 times speed. Rightio. So hard to grab them. There's your steak, guys. Looking totally Artois. A little bit of drippage there. I might actually move this over a little bit. Get a bit of onion off. I'll cover them up for at least 5, maybe 10. We'll see. Maybe I can cover them up and then have a little bit of a chat. Oh yeah. So I'll give it a couple of minutes yet. I'll put the toaster down. We'll start the toast. Just keeping these going slowly. Actually, I'll turn them up a bit. Get them cooking. And guys, if you hear any background noises, people have been having a bit of a Christmas party up the back and we've got dogs barking and whatnot. But I've got a couple of doors open because it's a bit hot to have them closed at the moment. Alrighty, as they say in Queensland, Bathurst, Christmas. Merry Christmas from Bathurst. Good on you. I wish I was there, sort of, at least in Liverpool or something. But yeah, Bathurst, I love Bathurst. Orange, we went to Orange quite a bit, and there every now and then. Just add some beer into the onion. Oh, no. Are my neighbours' dogs? No, they've got dogs. Dogs barking. As if I'd say that. I don't even know the neighbours that well. I haven't been here long enough. I don't get involved with people that much. Ellie, Merry Christmas. Ellie Cat. Stick to the Aussie beer. 2A. Cooper's is the way. I think you said that before, and I will get Cooper's one day. I'm going to try it out. Although I'm thinking about getting off the beers too. Let's do this. And let's do this now. You might have heard me say earlier that I haven't eaten all day. And a lot of days, even though you might not think so, I don't actually eat, especially on video, hardly ever eat. Just turn that off. I want that can just mix through now. The onions look good enough. But I hardly ever eat during the day if I'm not doing a video. I very rarely eat. So it's not actually hard for me to not eat all day like I have today. I don't find it that hard. Of course, when you start taking the first mouthful or two, then you realise how hungry you are. But it's only me. But I was thinking about having a crack, and I don't know if I'll do it or won't do it. Having a crack at doing a fast for 4 days. Bloody bugs. Always bugs in this place. 4-day fast. And I may film it. Who knows? We'll see. But my biggest thing is not food, believe it or not. My biggest thing would be not having coffee, and I have a couple of sugars in coffee. Coffee and sugar would be my biggest downfall. Well, if nothing else, I've made a pretty decent gravy here, thanks to KFC. Good old kernels come through for us. That tastes great. So that part should be good. Well, here too. Now I haven't checked that toaster. That could burn because it's that's a bit warm. It could be turned up. I haven't used it for a while. I haven't had toast for ages, really. I'll just put that over there out of the way. Oh, no, it's burnt. Half burnt. Get that on there. Nah, bugger that. I'm not eating that. You guys will bag me for eating. You know, stuff it. It's all right. Gives it a bit of flavour. It's this side. It's a cheapy toaster, so it tends to cook more on one side. So we'll go with that. That'll do me. Let's butter it up. So 4-day fast, what do you reckon? And you know what, if I'm successful, it'll be probably interesting to see if I do make it or not. And I'm not sure when I'll do it or if I'll do it. It's something I've been thinking about for a while. But I saw this documentary the other day, and it was Chris Hemsworth doing it, and he did a 4-day fast, and it made me think maybe I will do it. I had another think about it because I've been thinking about it for a while. There's a lot of people talk about these things these days. It's supposed to be good for you. Anyway, we will see. And it could become a thing that I do every now and then if I don't struggle too much with it. Now, here's one for you. If I did happen to go 4 days or even 5, maybe, you never know, what would you suggest should be the first meal that I have? 4 days. And I may do that. I may do something where we see what I would have or what you would pick, and I'll pick that as the meal I have after the 4 or 5 days. My first meal. I know that looks dark, but the other side's better. And it'll have some good flavour. Bit of burntness, never hurt anyone. Macca's Big Mac. I can't even cook toast, that's right. Keep up the good work, Walter, you're doing well. You always make such a goose of yourself. And I thought that's what I was doing. Anyway, let's check out this meat. Rightio. What's the biggest piece? We'll go with the biggest piece to fit on the toast. Blood everywhere, juice everywhere. Let's get that one in there. You know what? I might cut it in half, and then we can have a little cross section and see how I went. Well, not in half, but enough to cover the whole Sanga. See how I went. Might take that bit there because that's longer. How did he go? Oh no. Oh no. Actually looks all right. There you go. Walter won't be happy with that. I got it right. Well, I got it the way I like it anyway. What do you reckon, Walter? Tell us all about it. Tell me what a bad job I did. So, that's it. Looks all right to me. I don't want to hold it up too close because it'll drip everywhere. I reckon I did all right. Which surprised me. I have found that lately when I cooked steak, you best to give it about 2 minutes on high and see how it goes. And then cover it too and all that stuff. I've got to try a little bit now. I'm so super juiced, I might cook some more steak, you never know. Look at that. Love it. It ain't bad. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Surprised myself. Can't cook toast, but he can cook steak. How's that grab you? Oh, yeah, let's get this happening now. I'll get some of this on there and we'll be good to go. It's quite thick, that gravy. It'll come out all right. So that's our KFC gravy from the other night. We need plenty on there, that's for sure. Look at that. Will I love to taste it? I reckon so. It's probably going to be a bit messy. Bit of a super spreader. You know what I'm saying? Over there. Rightio. Let's go again. We could have another one here if I feel hungry enough, because like I said, I haven't eaten today. Anyway, probably not a good idea to put this in here now, but come back when the video uploads, as the live uploads as a video, and then put in what you think you would like me to do, like as a meal. It's good to get the ideas here now, but tell me what you'd like me to do, what you think I would be good to do if I did this fast, and what would be the first meal I have afterwards. I got to succeed first. Although saying that, if I fail, I can still have that meal, can't I? I've got to eat. Shandy. It's growing on me. I don't mind it, but I probably wouldn't do it again. Let's cut this sucker open and check it out. Let's do a little dissection. Only problem with doing this now is the gravy's going out everywhere. Rightio. This is it, folks. Oh yeah, baby. It's got a bit of a pinkish hue. You'll love to see it. I'll actually turn this way. And that'll be like I've got the plate right in front of me. Okay. On first bite. Man. Phantasmagorical. I don't think you're looking good. Even if I say so myself. Paper towels are a bit out of reach. That's it. I'm making another one after this. This is good stuff. And like I said, as long as it's not too burnt, it gives it a bit more flavour too. Is steak, onion, and a gravy, so giving a little bit of a flavour with that burntness too. Jollibee in Manila. I might get to America one day. I'll go to Jollibee there. It does look good. Came out all right. Like I said, a bit of a burnt taste. If I make another one, we'll turn the toaster down a bit. Do it now so I don't forget. Need a real beer now, not this shandy crap. Well, it wasn't too bad. I just saw a comment. Oh, hey, Mr. Mudguts, looking really chummy today. Thanks, $2. Thanks, $2 You'll love to see it. I have to keep remembering it's Christmas because to me it just feels like another day. Christmas, I think, is more for the kids, getting their presents and whatnot. When you're an adult, if you're with the kids, it's sort of fun because you're doing it for them and all that. But I was sort of on my own today, and that's partly why I wanted to do this. Not because I can't do that. I am a bit of a loner. I don't mind being on my own. It doesn't bother me. I mean, I keep myself amused. You know, I do my videos. We're here today, keeping amused. If I'm looking at the camera, it's because I'm looking at the screen here. The camera's up there. It's up a bit high. But anyway, I know there are people who will be spending their day on their own, and I just thought, we'll see how we go. Will we get people or not? And I'm sure you guys, some of you guys have had your day out with your, or your day with your folks and whatnot, and you're just sitting back relaxing like me, having a beer. You've had all your food and you're feeling full as a goog and you're just relaxing. So there's you guys as well. Something for everyone. Went to the doctor with cream and custard in my ear. He said I was a trifle deaf. I like trifle, but that sort of put me off it a bit. You know? The more you get into it, the more of a pinkish hue. Oh, up there, that's where we are. Okay, I've got to remember. My family are all gone. I guess there's that thing too. As you get older, you lose people. My parents have been gone since I was 55. My father went when I was like 17 or something. He was 39. But I've even lost my youngest sister, which I wasn't in touch with her, but we never had a good relationship. But I've even lost my sister who was 50, and she's about 9 years younger than me. So these things do happen, I guess. People do die. The older you get, the more they drop around you. Hooray! Thumbnail's hilarious. I just thought I'd give that a try. It's just a silly AI. Later on, I'll change it to this or something, and then maybe make it AI as well. G'day, Rapid. Yeah, the same is not sandwich is not bad. I'm surprised myself. You know, I guess I've had a bit of practice over the doing the channel. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not telling you these things because I'm crying about it. I mean, you got to live with it. You don't just have to learn to live with it. You got to move on. You keep going. It's not easy to start with, especially when you're young. But you know what? I might have been 17, but my sisters were 8 and 9, so it was worse for them. And there's other people who don't even know their parents because they've lost them so young, or they're pissed off or whatever. So I ain't crying. Here we go. Just when you think it's going to plan, things start coming together, don't they? Not a bad little head on that one. That's what she said. I can say it if I want. Yeah, they keep moving that retirement age too. I remember once when it was 55 years ago. Now it's bloody 67 or something. It's ridiculous. And then you're not going to get what they get when you retire, are you? That big pension. These bloody politicians. Anyway, we won't get into that. It's Christmas. There's no crying. Well, it actually hasn't been 67 for quite a while. If you want to haggle about it, it was 66 and a half some years ago. And then this year in August, I think it became 67 because they added another 6 months. So we'll just keep saying, yeah, that's all right, that's all right. One day you'll be 80 and you will be retiring. You won't get to retire because you'll be dead. The bastards even added 6 months to it. Oh man, this is messy, but in a good way. Like I said the other night, if you think I'm a dog bludger, get on to Centrelink and report me. I'd love to see it. I don't know who you're talking about. No, not 60. I'm retired. You can, and the thing is, saying that about retirement now, because of my age back then, when I lost my job, I only had to wait a year or two because if you were a certain age and I could get my retirement money, I think it was at 58. And believe it or not, I still got a few thousand left from that. So only because I've been doing YouTube and supplementing it, otherwise I'd have nothing left. Merry Christmas, Flavors Down Under. Oh, it is great weather for a beer, that's for sure. And I've got the door shut, so I'm not far from the road and it'll get a bit noisy, but it's going to be quiet here. It got noisy before, it's quieting down a bit now. Would I ever move to Port Macquarie? I would if I could afford it, but I'm thinking about trying to get over that way if I can. That's the goal. Yeah, you're right. Don't even talk to Walter, but it's like I always delete his comments and everything, so it's a chance to tell him what I really think. Walter just says the same crap, different day. Can't afford it. That's cool. So you over in Port Macquarie. Where are you at, Walter? Come on, tell us what you're doing and how wonderful your life is. If it was so good, you wouldn't be here bagging people. Do I have any giant feast left? I was thinking about, there's about 6 or 7 pieces of original recipe there. As you can see, we just used that second gravy that I had. But I've got a few pieces there. Someone commented that night when I had them, put them in the air fryer, and I thought about it, maybe doing this tonight. But I thought, you know what? I went down the road, got some steak, and I thought I'm going to make a steak Sanga. Do I smoke weed? Oh, those days are long gone. The latest update about my beautiful wife. Oh, I can't give too much away because she likes to keep her life private. And the other thing is, too, she's not my wife, Liz. We're not married. We've never been married. But we won't go too far about that. We still keep in touch and we're working on things. No, there's no problem or anything. It's just I had to get out where I was. She wasn't there at the time and things changed and they keep changing, but we'll work it out. You should start doing videos about it, Walter. Show us all how good you are. Yeah, what was that? Her name is, no, not Miss Palmer. Should do cameos. You know, I have people on Instagram every now and then. Can I shout out and do a birthday thing? They'll pay me whatever. You know what? Sitting in front of all these people and having a chat and doing videos and putting myself out there. I actually do feel funny about doing that. You know, I have done a couple, not for money. I've just like, you know, people have asked. I've said happy birthday or whatever, but I do feel funny about doing it. We're not getting into rent and all the rest of it, guys. I actually moved here because it was cheaper, so that's why I'm here. Do I drink wine? I can't stand bloody wine, and you know why? Those of you who do know will know. When you're a young whippersnipper, not whippersnapper, see, I said it again, I wasn't going to say whippersnipper. When you're a young whippersnapper, you tend to, when you first drink, get really pissed and so pissed that you vomit and all the rest of it. And one of the things that really got me when I was young was bloody wine. And I can't stand the stuff now. I drank heaps of wine, and one time we had port and all this stuff. And I got so pissed on wine and spewed, and I'm like, no, nah, I can't drink it. I can't even have a sip now. I can't stand the stuff. But I've been, as you do back in the old days when you're young, I've been sick on all of them, but the wine really got me. Can't drink it again. What's my favourite beer? Tell you the truth, or truth to be told, um, when I used to be able to go to Aldi and I did a few beer videos or beer reviews, I actually did like that Storm Extra Dry. I did like that. That's good stuff. You created a song about me with AI. So what I've been thinking, should I start an AI thing and go on Spotify? I won't even have to sing. I haven't had to yet. Goose. Am I single? No, I'm not single. We just sort of don't speak much because of the distance, but we're working on that. I think Walter likes it because I'm talking back to him. It makes him feel good, makes him feel like he's important. I like to help where I can. You know how many, yeah, you probably would, but you know how many times I've blocked Walter and he keeps coming back? That's how obsessed he is with me. I block his channel and then he makes another one. I block, maybe he's already got all these fake accounts, but I block him and he keeps coming back. I'm just living rent free in his head. What Chinese can you recommend from Katoomba to Bathurst? Well, back in the day, and Liz and I used to go there a little bit, especially before she decided to do the vegan thing. The Canton Palace in Katoomba was pretty good. I used to like their food there. And Bathurst, I haven't done it. Never did many in Bathurst. I don't think I did any. Might have done one. I can't remember. And we're going the other way. Oh, well, Lura, if you're in Katoomba, Lura Chinese was all right. I didn't mind that. I went there a few times. We did a few videos on that. What places do you have open on Christmas? I think, well, Macca's and that would be open. Who's that? Me Turns. Merry Christmas to Aussie. Thank you for entertaining us this year. Entertaining this year. Or entertainment. Shit. Maybe I'm getting pissed off 1.5. Not 2, Walter. 1.5. How's that grab you? That'll give you something to talk about. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the money. Thanks for $5. I'd love to see it. Wait, that sink is kind of cool. 800 views. Look at you go. 800 viewers. I actually scrolled it because I wanted to see the top of my head. I was cutting the top of my head off. Why would you want to see the top of my head? I don't really think there's 800 viewers, but let's check that out. I'm going to go with 210. Oh, shit. Oh, my Buddha. 810. I didn't think that on Christmas Day this was going to happen. I expected more. Like, I think the peak recurrence, as they call it, the top amount at one time on that live the other night was 357 or something. Definitely wasn't 800. Bloody Nora. Now, if we have 800 people here and you haven't subscribed to my channel, that will be the best Christmas present you could ever give me. Because I think, and it's been a bit of a, it's not just because of Christmas, I don't think, it's been a bit of a crap last couple of weeks. And Walter will have an opinion on this, I'm sure. But the subscribers have gone down a couple, then up a couple, then down a couple, and then I lost bloody 20. It was sort of going up, down, but still the same. Then I lost 20. Then I got back the 20 back up. And I think it's because of this under 16 thing. Maybe they're getting off and then they're subscribing again once they figure out how to get back on. But I don't know. But I think when the subscribers are gone, you lose them. Like it just says that you've lost them, like you lose one. Yes, it probably is. Oh, Walter agrees. I don't believe it. Oh, I know why he agrees, because he thinks everyone who watches me is under 16. Well, that's all right. They like food, man. I can see this coming. I can see it coming. Oh, you're so predictable. Anyway, yes, he told me. I don't remember when he told me because I block him and I delete his comments. So then I don't even look back at them half the time. I don't even look at them. And sometimes I get rid of them too because I think decent people shouldn't have to see this crap either. It's like it's about nothing, you know. It's different if I was the prime minister screwing everything and all the rest of it, or the premier who lets people go across the bloody harbour bridge and now he's defending everything or trying to change everything when it's too late. You know, it's like I'm not doing any of that shit. Tell us a joke to Aussie. Oh, you know what? I don't have any. When I ever give you guys jokes, I look them up, I write them down, and I remember them. But I've got nothing at the moment. But let's try this. Alexa, tell us a joke.
I bought new pillows for my couch. It didn't even thank me.
That is so lame. If you didn't hear that, I bought new pillows for my couch. It didn't even thank me. Want to hear a dirty joke? Alexa, tell us a dirty joke.
Did you hear about the dust bunny that fell in love with a Roomba?
The what?
It was swept away.
The dust bunny. Let me another dirty joke, Alexa. Alexa, tell me another dirty joke.
Knock, knock.
Who's
there?
there?
A fart. A fart who? You think farts have surnames?
That's pretty sad. I'm not doing that again. Pauline Hance is never going to get in, guys. I'd love to see her get in, but she's not going to get in. And there's reasons for that if you look it up and look at people who know what they're talking about. Most people don't even know how to vote, and I never used to know either, but I'll tell you, I don't even, I wasn't going to get into this shit, but that's not what this is about. And people will say, stay in your lane, do food. It's like, you know what? If I'll do whatever I like, it's my channel. But the system is rigged, and there's only one way to fix it, and it's not by voting Pauline Hanson in. If every single person voted her, maybe we should get in, and not just her, whoever is the member for each electorate, not her in general. You've got to vote your electorate in. Anyway, I'm not an expert on this stuff, but I know that you aren't going to get her in just by saying everyone vote Pauline Hanson or anyone. Liberal and Labor are going to get in because of preferences and all the rest of it. And even One Nation, Pauline Hanson has to give preferences to someone. And usually it's Liberal, as far as I know. Anyway, and then with that being said, we're not even 1 year into this clown's next next term. So you still got a couple more years before you can even get her in, even if you could. So to me, there's only one answer, and I'm not going to say what it is because I'll have the cops come around to my door. But because that's even happening at the moment, you can't say anything about the government or anyone, like seriously. And with this, what happened in Bondi, they're making it even harder now because they want to start arresting people and stop them from talking and saying what they think. Because, like I said, it's a long story and it's not going anywhere. Oh, Walter. Anyway, with all that being said, I was leading to something here, but you get distracted because I am passionate about it. I just don't say much. But for at least, and I have mentioned this before, even before Albo came along, that for at least the last 30 years, I haven't voted for anyone. I go and get my name marked off, and I think people shouldn't have to go and vote. I think it should be like America. You can vote if you wish to, you don't have to. But that's our system. That's another part that I'm not happy about. But you get fined if you don't. So I go there, get my name marked off, put the papers in, but with nothing on them. And I should actually put something on it, just cross it out, which I started doing last time, because even that they can jiggle it if they want. But I haven't voted anyone in the last at least 25, 30 years. And it's not because I think it's going to make a difference. I just can say I'm not responsible for any of them. Doesn't matter which one gets in. I'm not voting for any of them. Because in my whole lifetime, all I've seen is everything get worse and worse and worse. And if you want to know how bad things are, sometime next year, and it shouldn't be too late in the year, we're going to be up to $1 trillion in debt. And that is just ridiculous. And then they give money everywhere else. Like I said, I'm not a political analyst, I'm not an expert, but I do know what people are saying and what people are doing is not going to work. There's got to be another way. And start watching people who actually talk about that sort of stuff and know what they're talking about. And I wish people would, and I wish more people would make videos on it. I followed a guy, subscribed to him a couple of days ago, and he actually explained why Pauline Hanson can't get in. And it's because of the way the system runs. Fuck Sky News. Sky News just wants to tell you the truth, you know, and they're not always right either, but they're more better than mainstream media because mainstream media just omit things don't tell you. What's my favorite Christmas movie? Believe it or not, I've really gone off TV. Like I haven't become someone who's a prepper. I haven't become someone who's, um, antisocial. I've just become someone who just can't stand mainstream stuff anymore. Yeah, so you're almost 67. You would have even seen more than me. You're 5 years older than me, Gary. But people will say the last one was better, the last one was better, but it's all been building up, and this one is the worst. That's the problem. And what comes next? And if Liberal had got in, what will we be dealing with now? Probably most of the same thing. So, yeah, it's not worth it. I'm going to make a cold toasted Sanga and get off this political crap because I'm still got a bit of a bloke-sized hunger. Like I said, I haven't eaten today, and this will be dinner. Definitely didn't come on here to talk about politics on Christmas Day, but I guess if we all do that and just keep making excuses, oh, it's Christmas, oh, it's New Year's, oh, it's Easter, can't talk about this stuff, well, then nothing will get solved, will it? I've given up on talking to people about stuff like this, and I don't try to convince them. My theory is now, I don't try to convince people, I don't try to talk them into things, I just let them see what's going to happen next. Because I'm not going to make a difference. And then my little channel doesn't make a difference either. Even if there's 5,000 people here, there's 27 million people in Australia, they're not all watching. And they're not all going to agree either. Most of them will think I don't know what I'm talking about. Never voted in my life. Well, good on you. And I don't blame you. I wish I'd never had either, but it doesn't matter. National Lampoon's Vacation, even that, I can't stand it. I'm sorry. Even back in the day, I couldn't stand it. I was around when it came out. I just think that's such ridiculous crap, that show. And like Naked Guns and all that stuff, even that new one, I never watched any of them. What did I used to watch? Although I will give something away here. When Grease came out, I went to watch Grease. But me and my mates, this was back 70s, 80s, whatever it was. But me and my mates were only going there to perv on Olivia Newton-John. Definitely wasn't going to Travolta. Let's have another Beveragino. Oh, I just remembered. See, I'm starting to get to me now. Cheryl, thank you. 5 buckaroonies. Now, guys, if you don't agree with what I was just saying, that's fine. Like I said, I don't try to talk anyone into anything. But all I'm saying is you go to the next election, vote for Pauline Hanson, and you'll just get the same old thing that you got now. It'll be one or the other. Albo. And I am hoping that Jacinta Price actually runs for Liberals. And I'll tell you what, if she was the Liberal leader, I would actually vote for her. Because I can tell she's for the people. Susan Lay, she's a waste of space. Albo is laughing all the way to the next election. That's what I reckon. As soon as they put Susan Lay in, I thought Albo's laughing all the way to the next election. And nobody wants him either. And on that, Julie, vote for Pedro. I've got to tell you, folks, I actually seriously thought, like some people do, of actually leaving the country. I can't stand this place anymore the way it's going. And I love Australia. I see people online, like sometimes I'm watching YouTube, not YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I saw this guy the other day. He was, I don't know what country he was in, but he said, I'm so glad I left Australia. He said, I don't pay 1 red cent to those bastards anymore, those politicians. I'm living the life and all this sort of thing. And it's like, that's how it's supposed to be here. Actually, that's how it was here. And I just think anyone who goes, I don't blame them. Especially even if they're Australian, I don't blame them. But then, with that being said, it's like that in England now. Canada's screwed. Even places like Italy is, they've got a pretty good prime minister now, but even they were screwed. France, it's all just crap. So the biggest problem if you want to leave the country is finding the country to go to. And then are they going to let you in? Apparently Poland's a place to be. It'd be too bloody cold for me. I'm over the cold. That's why I left the mountains. And saying that is one of the biggest reasons why I left the mountains. I've been living there for about 30 years and I'm just fed up with the cold. I've had enough. The other extreme, I'm like a fried egg. One day America will be the place to be. You'll see. Trump's cleaning it up. And I don't agree with everything with Trump either, but at least he's trying to do the right thing by the people. The people that actually should be there, the Americans. Oh no, I've only got a scabby. I just got rid of all that, didn't I? I need it now. I've only got a scabby little piece for the end bit, for the side. No, bugger. I'll just put it like that. That'll do. Get rid of that too. Good thing the sink's so close. I know I just sound like a cranky old bastard, but you know what? I'm not cranky, I'm just fed up. It gets like that. I've been fed up for a long time. I think once you turn 50, you just start to think, oh, bugger it all. And I try not to let that show in my videos. And I am happy when I'm doing videos. I love doing them. But that's the one thing about doing videos as well. It's like when you do exercise or you do something you really like doing, or you walk your dog or whatever. It's a chance for your brain to stop. And doing the videos, I think about the video. I don't think about comments. I don't think about who's watching, who's going to bag me. Sometimes every now and then I'll say something and think while I'm doing it, I'll think that's going to get a reaction. But in the end, I don't really care. But it's a good release. It's like gets me away from everything while I'm doing it and editing and all the rest of it. Phantasmagorical. Each far with the being said. Let me say that. This. Yeah, I just, guys, I really am taking the piss sometimes when I say some of those things, but it's catchy, so why not? Yep, Liberal will be in opposition for decades because they haven't got the right person. Not that our, but he's in. That's the main thing. Although I saw someone earlier on here just say Iarbo should resign. I really am amazed how many people are actually saying that since his Bondi business. I got to check this. See, we talk too much politics, everyone will piss off. 692. See, they're pissing off now. They don't want to talk politics. But that's all right. I don't mind. Let's talk about something else. I'm going to eat some food and we'll look at the comments. How do I like all the fame? You know what I always say, and I know I say I make enough money to be comfortable, but I say it's really funny being famous but not rich. Most people that are famous have money. That's right. Christmas Day is for Jesus. No one talked to Jesus. Now, I've got to say, I gave up on Jesus years ago, but I don't criticise anyone who believes. What's my favourite meal or cuisine? Well, I've got to say probably Chinese, and I've always said that pretty much right from the start, even though people think I prefer Macca's and KFC. They have their place, and a lot of times I'm just showing you stuff. We're trying to make up a video to get something done. But Chinese, but I've got to say I was a little bit disappointed with that one at Cleanliness, but for what it was and what it cost, I guess you can't expect too much. And it filled me guts, and it was pretty good. So as far as value goes, I've had a lot. I've had worse. You went to mass this morning. Don't know if I believe you, Lithgow 11. The thumbnail is clickbait, mate. Yeah, I'm going to change it later. Do another clickbait one. I just had to put something up there. Otherwise, it just would have shown my bed. KFC and Macca's triggers the algorithm. Somebody gets it, especially KFC. I don't always go great with KFC, but if I'm going to get a video that's number one of the last 10, because it shows you where they rank when you've done 10 videos, and then the next 10 ranks again. If ever I get a number one, majority of the time, it's going to be KFC. People say, oh, he eats KFC all the time. He's always eating KFC. It should be sponsored by KFC. No one sponsored me for a start. And they're the one, that's why I do it. And plus, KFC is like 2 minutes away from me here. Pokers, Merry Christmas. Thanks. Man, I was planning on going for 2 hours tonight, so 7 o'clock. It's only 6. I'm on my third beer. I don't know if I'll last. I don't want to be drinking and stuttering and acting like a goose. So maybe I'll stop after this one for a while. It's funny, saying that I make your evenings great in Australia with my daily food reviews. Last time I was in Sydney, not last time I was in Sydney, when I used to be in Sydney, one time I was in Chinatown. Have a Sanga on the house next time. Oh, $14.99. Thank you very much, AJW Gaming. I might go, actually saying that, I've got to go to Bunnings and see if that's happening. There's a Bunnings here and I never go. We were talking about that last live. I never go. And I'm going to go and check it out, see if they got sausage sizzle. Bunnings. I haven't done one for a while. I haven't done this one. I don't know if they have one. And after I tell you this bit, I'll continue with what I was saying. I'm not that pissed that I'm forgetting yet. And after I talk about this, what I'll say now is, would you like to see, I may do it, I don't know yet, would you like to see me do a mukbang type video, ASMR type thing, where you can hear all the chewing? I'm sure you can hear it now because I'm not editing and whatever. But would you like to see something, maybe one video a week or every couple of weeks, where I sit here, have a meal, away, and whisper away to you, whisper away, and say, hi guys, Chinese tonight. All that stuff, you know what I mean? You know what a mukbang is, most of you guys. Anyway, when I was in Sydney before, one time I was down in Chinatown and I was sitting there doing a video with people walking past, which I try not to do because it's very embarrassing and very hard to do. Adelaide's the best. I agree. Adelaide's the best. All the best people are in Adelaide. I know one in particular. He's the goat. Well, he thinks he is anyway. I'm just getting so distracted as well. No ASMR. Now I know people are going to say no ASMR, but some people do like it. So my microphone is echoing sometimes. Well, I put it inside the other day and people were complaining about that, so I don't know what to do. But anyway, I'm doing what I can. It's connected to the phone. Maybe that's why. Usually I have it in the GoPro. But if I go live on the GoPro, it's probably going to overheat, which it does. It's notorious for that. See how we get distracted? Melbourne is so overrated. I agree. But I'm still going back there one day. I didn't mind the city. ASMR burp. See, we can all do all those things. They will happen if you've got a burp. Now when I burp, especially when I'm drinking this, I'm trying to make it silent. If I was doing ASMR, I'll let it out. I'll let it all hang out. But back to this story. Someone came up to me when I was sitting there, like walking past, and they came from behind, so I didn't see them. And I had the camera in front of me on this seat, and I was sitting on this other seat, and there's one now. This couple came past me and they said, "Oh, hi, to Aussie," as they walked past. And I said, "Hi." It's actually in the video, we were talking. And I left it in the video. Anyway, they said that they watch my videos at night or at dinner time with their kids, and they all sit there having dinner, watching my videos while I'm eating something. And I know people do that, and that's part of the ASMR thing, or whether it's ASMR or not, it can just be a mukbang or whatever. But I wouldn't mind I've always thought about, I would like to just try an ASMR and see what happens. Anyway, I got that out. Some people do actually sit there. 3 beers in 1 hour, 2 equals 6 beers. What does that mean? Anyway, I'm not driving anyway, so that's cool. If there's any emergency, I don't have to go anywhere. I've got no people here. I'm so sad, very sad times. Anyway, I'm okay. I like my own company too. Cold in Melbourne tonight. I know, it's cooling down in a lot of places, I heard. Even the mountains where I was, it was about 20 degrees. I looked about an hour before I did this. And here, same bloody 31. But anyway, some people apparently sit there and watch, and that's what I thought tonight it might work too, because if people want to watch and they want to have some company, there's not just me, there's you guys in the comment they can chat to as well. You have to get an ambulance. No, I'm right. Oh, there'd be an ambulance somewhere here if I called it. Oh, Quicksilver or Adidas. You know the answer to that. It's got to be Adidas. Did I say Adidas? Adidas. It's tomato. Adidas. Apparently, I'm getting some Nike shirts soon too. I don't actually buy any of these shirts, believe it or not. That's why I got so many. It's not because I'm rich and I can go out and buy shirts all the time. Somebody gives them to me. Where is Liam? He's still in Port Macquarie. Who's winning the cricket tomorrow? Well, if Australia's playing, I've got to say Australia, but I don't know who they're playing. Again, that's another thing that I've gone off over the years too. I used to watch the cricket all the time. If this was me in my 20s or 30s, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd be watching the cricket. Liam's friend Jacob, they sort of drifted apart, but because Liam's in Port Macquarie, he's not near him, so it's just one of those things. You lose people, you gain people. So, anywho, don't hear from him anymore, but that's okay. He was all right. He was a good enough kid. He'll be a man now, like my son, 25. Early 2000s, that's right. Even before that, I used to watch it plenty of times, 80s, 90s, especially 80s. But for me, if you're in the 80s or you lived in the 80s, it was the best time. I'm not just saying it because it was my childhood. Imagine if you grew up now and you were a teenager, how good would this place be now? This Australia. It's absolute crap. Even Melbourne, Sydney, whatever. I don't remember anyone. And with that being said, everyone's talking about, even people who just have these random little channels and the news and all the rest of it. The news are milking the top story as usual, the Bondi thing. They just milk it for all it's worth. People are saying politicians are doing it, but so are mainstream media. Even Sky News is doing it. They just want everyone to watch their bloody news. But I used to go, because I lived in Sydney till I was about 20, 22. I used to go to Manly, even when I was a young teenager. My friend, parents used to go over there a lot, and we used to go with them. I don't ever remember, oh, could I get stabbed at Bondi today? Oh, maybe I'll get shot. Never happened. Nobody even got stabbed in those days, very rarely. And then now you got machetes, bloody people shooting each other, terrorist attacks, and this is just the beginning. It's going to get worse. But I don't. People, if you're going to say that, oh, it's only because because it was your childhood. No, I wouldn't want to be growing up now as a teenager in this country. That's for sure. I love the 80s. It was the best time ever. I'd go back tomorrow if I could. When I say I'd like to go to another country, maybe that's where I'd really like to go. Back to the 80s, even the 90s were all right. I'm subbed, only mod. I'm subbed, do only mod. No. To Aussie, where is Lizzie? Oh, she's still around, don't you worry about that. Even telling people to do it. What? I don't know what that means. Even telling people to do it. Cultural enrichment. Terrible. This year is going to be effed. Well, you know what? And I don't know if she's still here. Flavors Down Under put a little post out. Look at this. Look at the pinkish hue on that. This one's even better than the other one. I'm going to have another bite. I'll get back to what I was saying. Have a sweet dessert. You know what I was thinking about getting dessert, but the beers will do. So, Flavors Down Under put out a little short video. It wasn't more than a week ago, a couple of days ago, probably. And she put out this thing, and it just sort of hit me when I saw it. Nobody's saying that 2026 is going to be their year. A lot of times people say that next year is going to be my year, and especially when you get close to it. And you know what? It made me think, yeah, no one does say that anymore because everyone just is so gloom and doom, and I don't blame them. But I was thinking I should put it out there. But you know what? Even I wasn't game enough to do it. Say 2026 is going to be my year. I'm not even going to do it. I may. You never know. Sometimes things like that can motivate you too. Merry Christmas, Adam. I'm doing totally eats well. I haven't said that word for a while, have I? I used to say that all the time, even though I was taking a piss. 2026 is going to be my year. Yeah, I'm putting it out there. Thanks, Male Beard. 2026 is going to be my year. This looks like Kylie Minogue. Well, you know what? Saying that, people have told her for years. She said that she reminds her a little bit of she reminds him a little bit of Nicole Kidman. So I can sort of see both Nicole Kidman, a little bit of that, a little bit of Kylie. What you eating? I made a toasted sandwich with just, or steak sandwich with just onion, and I chucked it over there, I think. I used the KFC gravy from the video we did the other night. So onion with KFC gravy and steak Sanga. You look like Keith Urban. Oh, please, no, I don't want to look like Keith Urban. So we just had a I'm having steak Sanga as the second one with onion and KFC gravy. And I'll tell you what, I could never make gravy like they do. But I know people say there's all sorts of crap in it, but I like it. It tastes good. And having said that, let me say this. This one's better than the other one, only because the bread's not as burnt. But I'm going to give it an It's Lit. I'm loving it. I'm giving it 5 stars out of 5 for taste. Value, not so much. Oh, bloody hell. I don't want to look like any of these people. I don't want to look like Russell Crowe. Thanks, but no thanks. I reckon for people who are old enough to remember, well, not so much to remember, but Jack Thompson, I think Jack Thompson went a bit weird in the end with his big beard and all these sort of crap he went on with. And I think Russell Crowe is becoming the next Jack Thompson, if you remember who Jack Thompson is. I just think, Jack Thompson's a pretty Australian actor, like Russell Crowe is, but I think he's becoming, or maybe he's even trying to become the next, or the next Jack Thompson. Maybe he's his son. Who knows? The only thing about me that looks like Albo is having glasses on, and if I could see that screen, I wouldn't have them on. I've got to tell you, of the years I've been doing KFC, I probably never ate it before I did these videos, except when I was a kid and my parents used to get it sometimes. Can't even remember what it tastes like back then, but I don't think it's any worse than what I've been having the whole time. I mean, that I've been having while I've been doing these videos. Too many people dying old age. They're living longer. I think they'll interview Joe Rogan's podcast. Any of you people see Russell Crowe on there telling everyone in the world how good Albo is? He has no bloody idea. He doesn't even live here. I think you got the wrong person there. Can't even spell pullets. No, I don't really get indigestion problems, but I've had a few times when I've been doing videos where it's probably because I'm trying to talk a bit and I'm trying not to let it drag on. And if I do eat too fast, I'll wake up and whatnot, and it won't go down and all that. As long as I just eat normally like I did then, well, that's a bit slow, that one. I don't really get indigestion. The one thing that will give me indigestion if I have sometimes eat it too fast is rice. I love to miss it on my stream. Got the last indigestion problems. Have you always been a Holden man? No, bloody hell. The last two Holdens I've had, this one is okay, but it's given me a few problems, expensive problems, but then everything costs now. Um, the last two Holdens I've had, especially the one before this, that was a piece of shit, really. But I did pick it up for cheap, so. But the Ute's not going too bad. But before that, for years, I had and you probably would have seen it in the videos. I had a Toyota Camry, an old one, 2002, I think it was. And I picked it up for $600 or 650. I can't remember what it was now. But it wasn't much any more than that. And I already knew this when I bought it. I got it on eBay, and it had just a winding noise in the gearbox, which never caused any problems. And it wasn't actually, it was a manual. So, oh, Merry Christmas to Aussie. Thank you, Jake. 10 buckaroonies. Thanks, mate. Have a good one. Well, I hope you have had a good one. It's today, isn't it? I've got to remember it's today now. Anyway, I got rid of that thing because I was just getting tired of hearing the noise all the time. I had it for about 6 years. Never had a problem with the gearbox, even though it made a whining noise. I wish I sort of kept it now. Never gave me a problem. You know, little things every now and then, like a light bulb or something like that, to pass for rego. Most of the time, I'm thinking next car I buy, because it could be possible I do again. I might be looking at another Toyota. $299. Noah Scoopy. No, Scoopy. That's a good name, mate. $299. Thanks. Pennies. I don't know what pennies means, but enlighten me. Merry Christmas from Taco. Taco, sorry. Sell a car and buy a bicycle. Well, I could around here. I'm not that far from anything. I'll do. I'm actually thinking about, and I don't. And then what we were just talking about before, or quite much a bit earlier, about the under 16s ban and all that sort of thing. Whether I feel like it's sort of just about a week after things started going up, down, up, down, up, down, and staying the same and all over the place, but not getting anywhere as far as subscribers go. Apparently, and keep an eye out for this. And remember, if you haven't heard it, you might have heard it first here. On the 27th, which is only 2 days ago, apparently there's going to be the next stage where you have to sign into Google. And truth to be told, even though we're here, we're having a great time, we're chatting away, and I'm still doing the best to do my videos, there's always that in the back of my mind. Am I going to keep doing this? Or is it even going to be a thing anymore? In Australia, that is. It'll be everywhere else, but because their governments aren't trying to shut their mouths for them or stop them from expressing their opinions online. Some are, like England is, but I'm having a feeling, well, I don't have a feeling, I'm just hoping if things continue the way they are and don't change, even though Albo's doing everything he can to change it as far as the internet goes and free speech and all the rest of it. Now, Mins isn't doing a bad job either. I'm hoping that I'll still be here in 2026, and that's partly why I'm not game enough to say 2026 is going to be my year, because I could say that and then pack it all in. We'll see what happens after the 27th. But even if that happens on the 27th, where you've got to sign into Google, then there'll be the next stage, next stage, next stage, and they just keep getting away with it. The good thing is, and we'll see what happens, a few people have actually taken the government to the High Court against this under 16 ban, and I do hope they win. Not because I want the under 16s back. I think personally myself, it's not the government's place to parent the children. It's the parents' responsibility, not the government. And it's just a disguise for the next thing. They're just making it out that they care, but they don't. They're just trying to shut us all down and gag us. So we'll see how that works anyway. Pour a fresh beer, lad. No, I've had 3. I reckon I'll be bloody. I'm already starting to get a bit too pissed. So I don't want to say. I don't want to be slurring my words. So guys, we got about half an hour. If you want to hang in there, how many people we got now? I'll tell you what. I was really disappointed the other night, even though I'd sort of had enough. It's not easy to sit here and try and talk and entertain people for 2 hours. It's a bit different when you do a 10-minute video or 15-minute video. But the biggest goal is to stay still you get 100,000 subscribers. Oh, of course, I want the silver play button. That's been the goal right from the start. The goal has been to make a living, to get 100,000 subscribers, get that play button. That's if I got only that far, I'd be happy, and I'd be making more of a living of it too. It was never about just putting any old shit out there and hoping for the best. I was always driven, and I still am. I am still driven. All I'm saying is, we'll see what happens on the 27th. And if there's ways around it, I'll get a VPN if that works. I don't know. I'll do whatever I can. I will do whatever I can to stay in the business of doing YouTube videos. I may do videos, I may change, I may stop doing food and do something else. I may do both, but I'm never going to stop until the day I die, I don't think. Anyway, and that could be not too far away, according to some people. But I don't feel like I'm on the way out either, as far as life goes. 27th of January, no, I think it was the 27th of this month. They're going to make it just after Christmas, so then they sneak it in and no one notices, see? And not many people have talked about it so far, even online. But if it's not a thing, I'll be happy. I'll be glad if it is wrong, but it may not be. Anywho, the other night we had like 200 and I looked at how much the count was, and I'd had enough, it had been going for about an hour and a half or more. And I thought, I'm going to get out of here now. This is enough. It's getting late and all the rest of it. Yes, the world is screwed, but, it's up to us to fix it. It's no good. And this is another thing. Everyone just makes comments, not here, but everywhere else. Albo's the worst. Albo this, in England, Starmer this, Starmer that. It's like all these comments, believe it or not, aren't going to fix anything. It's not going to fix anything by comments. And Starmer doesn't give a shit what you comment, and neither does Albo, because they just carry on regardless. And anyone else, like old mate Abby Chatfield, they don't care either. She'll cry sometimes and say she's been a victim, but she doesn't care either. They just keep spreading this bullshit. But anyway, the comments don't make any difference either. They don't make any difference whether they're good, bad, or indifference. They make no difference. And you just waste your time making comments about things like that. If you want to make your comments about me and food and stuff like that, that's good. I like it. It's good. But I'm talking about things that are really important, that affect your life, especially governments. Anywho, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, the other night, I had 247 people, I think, still here. And I thought, I can't go off now. 200 people. When do I ever have 200 people in a live? Still, like after an hour and 40 minutes, you expect maybe 50 at the most or something like that. It killed me to go, but I had to go. I'd had enough. But tonight, I actually had in my head 5 till 7 at the least. So we got still half an hour to go. I'm a gentleman and a scholar. Well, I don't know about the scholar part. I wasn't very good at school, and it probably shows, like some people do say. In 2006, with a Big Mac, be almost $10, my prediction. You know what? I'm going to maybe end 2005 with a Big Mac. There was something I went to do the other day, and I got it wrong. I got there too late. I needed to get both menus, breakfast and normal menu. But the thing is, if you go on breakfast time, you can get a Big Mac. So there's an all-day menu still in the breakfast. So, of course, I'm an expert, but I stuffed it up. I took my time and pissed around and didn't get down there. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this other one. I'm not going to say too much yet, but I'm going to do this thing that you might just like. And you might like the name of it too. So anyway, screw it. Let's have another beer. Good thing I got the esky here. Keep them nice and cold. I'll get one that's been on top of the cold brick. So guys, I do get lots of ideas. I do get lots of things. I do have these gronks on here that come on that they're trying to trash me and say I've run out of ideas. And you know what? Sometimes the ideas are there and I forget them. There's that many bloody ideas in my head. But you've got to be like that if you want to achieve something. And that's, I think, I'm not saying I'm good at it. I'm saying I'm good at finding things to do. I never got this kitchen. I never had anything like this where I was living before. It was a shithole. And I'll be honest with you with that. Now I've got less takeaway type stuff I can do unless I really want to travel. But now I've got a kitchen and I can even do this once a week if I wanted to. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Let's crack one open and have another swig. There's even a few beers I want to try. Anyway, didn't quite get that off, did I? But I really still, every day I think about doing this fasting for 4 days, even 5. I just want to do it, you know? See how it goes. Challenge myself. It's like a challenge. But also there's good health benefits for doing it too. He's getting good at it. I must be getting a lot of practice. Yamas. That's for all our Greek people. Yamas. Someone told me about Port Macquarie there. That's another thing. If I end up over that area, there's so many things I can do over there too, not just in Port Macquarie. There's places here, there, and everywhere. I just can't believe. Is this bloody wrong? 672 people? Come on. I don't think I've ever had 672 in a live before, and that was up to 800 before. Bloody Nora. Another beer. We love to see it. Good on you, Paul. I know, Paul, I'll say to you, I talk to you, and sometimes it's good doing these lives because you can talk to people. I know I always just give your comments a heart, but I really do appreciate them too. I just don't want to get, it's hard to get into this thing where when you've got less people, which I had in the past, of course, you always sort of acknowledge them with a heart, have a little chat, have a little message. But if you end up doing this, and I get lots of comments and messages on a bit on when I post, a bit on um, quite a few when I do a good one that gets a lot of views on TikTok, which I haven't been doing much of that lately. But you could be there half the day just commenting to people or acknowledging stuff, and then if they ask you back, then you talk back to them again. So sometimes it's good to do this too and just acknowledge people and have a talk to them about stuff like that too, in case they think. Like I heard someone say, and I don't have a problem with Greg's Kitchen. People carry on about Greg and me and whatever, and they think I've got a problem. But I actually heard someone a while ago say that Greg's become arrogant. And you know what it is? He would have 10 times more comments than me on every video, and depending on how big the video is, and you just can't sit there and talk to people in comments and just because that'll make them feel good, and then go out and do a video every day or two and have some time for yourself too. You've got to have a life as well. It's like going to work full time, you know, and you just get a bit over it all. And if you get too over it all and all the rest of it, you think, why am I doing this? Why bother? Message retracted. Nathanos. Nathanos. How do you say that anyway? I've seen you comment before. You're another one. I don't usually message back, but I'll give you a heart. And if I give you a heart, I've at least looked at your comment and I appreciate it, of course. If I didn't, I wouldn't acknowledge it. But that's just my way, and I'm sure everyone does it, even Greg. That's my way of just saying thanks for the comment, and I appreciate it. I'm drinking too fast now. It's bloody hot in here. Would you fight Jake Paul? I'll tell you what. Uh, I'm not saying I would see what's his name, bloody Andrew Tate fight. God. And I remember I don't have a problem with Andrew Tate. And truth to be told, I used to with Liam because when he was younger, I used to watch a bit of KSI. This is before I started doing channels, and this is what sort of got me into it, thinking about this sort of stuff and watching them doing stuff. And I used to watch a bit of KSI and Jake Paul and Logan Paul, his brother. And I didn't know too much about Jake, but then I saw Jake and I thought, what a bloody goose this bloke is. Like compared to the other two, even. But they're all clowns. But I know they're doing it for views. I mean, I just couldn't act like that. That's all I'm saying. But Andrew Tate, seeing him afterwards, like not so many years ago, and he was saying he was an MMA fighter and all this stuff. And I actually saw a fight that he had, a bit of it, and I thought, this guy can't fight. I'm not saying anything about whether I can fight or not. I'm just saying I wouldn't put it out there if I fought like him. And I just like I saw parts of that fight, and then I didn't even realize I knew who the guy who was he was fighting from seeing a bit of the press conference and that. I didn't even know that guy was a YouTuber. I thought he was going to be a professional boxer. And they both weren't fighters. And if anything, um, what did I say his name was? Whatever old mate's name is, if anything, I would have thought he'd be the better fighter because he makes out he used to be an MMA fighter. So I was just amazed. I mean, I don't care either way, but I was amazed. He got his head punched in by a YouTuber. And then the Jake Paul thing didn't surprise me. I expected him to lose that. What I do before YouTube. If any of my haters are in here, they can tell you. I've never been into boxing, would like to get punched in the ring. Ah, yeah, I get it. I wouldn't like to get punched in the ring either. But to be tell you the truth, I used to like boxing more when I was younger. I used to like, but it was a sport thing, not so much just the boxing. My son, I don't know what he's like now because I don't see him that much. He used to live with me before he moved to Port Macquarie, but he was like me, sport mad, but he was worse. He was watching everything that, he bet on two flies going up the wall. Well, not that he bets, but you know what I mean. You'd be like, who's gonna win? Which one? Pick a fly. You love me? Good on you. Merry Christmas to you too, Fuzzy. Keep it deep, Jersey. How to spell this? What is this? Yep. See, I knew someone would know. Yes, I used to work at Coles as well. But you got to do what you got to do. And I tell you, I used to know, and it doesn't surprise me. You expect that the Coles and Woolworths do copy each other. When I was at Coles, and after I left, there was a fella down the road at Woolworths. He was a mate of a friend of mine at Coles, or someone I knew. And Woolworths would know better. They're all the same. They just treat their staff like shit. And I know I used to praise Audi and sing their praises, but only because I don't talk about them much now because I can't go there. Well, I can, but it's a long way away. But I'm sure Audi aren't any better. They all screw their workers over. And saying that, Stella Artois. Well, there's a little bit left in there. I better drink that. Stella Artois. This is my first time trying it. Oh, that wasn't a good trick. Of course, I know about it. Everyone would know about this stuff if they know about a bit of beer. And there's been ads on in the past. But I feel like my back needs a crack. Anyway, Stella Artois. It was $60 for a carton, 24. They're 330 mils. We didn't talk about it in the beginning. So 330 mils. We'll do a little review here. Belgian brewing expertise, 330 mils. I can't remember what the alcohol content was. Yes, 4.8. So I like that. 4.8. Now, $60 a carton of 24 30 ml bottles. That's about the going rate these days, I guess. Now, Woolworths, or BWS, sorry, Woolworths, same thing, different store. BWS had them this week, and when the shops open again, if you wish to get a Stella Artois, you can for $54. Now, I've been doing my, I only do it with Woolworths. I don't do Coles and Woolworths, but I do go to Coles sometimes. I've been doing the rewards thing, scan your card, whatever, on the phone. And about 3 times now since I've been here, might be the 4th time, I can't remember now. I've had $10 built up from my rewards. So this actually cost me for the carton 44 buckaroonies from $60. They're usually 60. What a sweet little deal. and 4.8% alcohol. I like it. Stella has that green bottle funky taste. It's not Belgian beer. Oh, I'm just going by what it says on the bottle. Could be made in India, who knows? You must try and drink pure blonde. I'll tell you what, I'm actually thinking about if I do this fast for 4 days, I might just give it up for a while. No, it's not. What's not? Stella is good beer too. No, it's not, apparently. Merry Christmas. Chat much love. Love 3 Aussie. That's a hard, isn't it? Oh, man, I'm getting hot now. BWS, good. Actually, there's a few at Coles. Oh, not Coles, Liquorland too. If you look on the app, you'll see some things. But the beer's still outrageously priced, even if it's reduced. But at least it's cheaper than some stuff. Now they're doing this thing 2 for whatever. It's like $110 for 2 cartons of beer. 2 for 1. Or buy two, get it for $110. That's bullshit. Phil, many a European football riot. Yeah, I might be over there one day. I might go and live in Poland. Although Poland, is that part of Europe? I don't know. Part of the Soviet area. What do you call it? It's not Europe. What am I thinking about? I better go and travel more. Stella is overrated compared to VB. But that being said, I haven't had VB for quite a while. Maybe we'll do a VB one day as well. Where's the 7-Eleven deals? Oh, there's no 7-Eleven here, bro. It's too far away. Sending love from the state. Things suck here too, economically and otherwise. If you want the real Belgian beer, drink the Trappist stuff and Rochefort 10. No, sounds good. Actually, they actually have a few overseas beers. There was a couple of German ones too. There's actually one I want to try. I can't remember what it's called now, but I might try that one day. We'll review that. Merry Christmas. Big Bear loves tacos. Tacos. What did I say tacos for? I'm thinking of a taco in a car. Um, Merry Christmas, mate. Thanks. BWS makes your hair grow. I need it at the moment. Carlton Draft. Oh, there's just so many bloody beers. You know what's really I find really weird is the amount of beers that aren't just like on beer anymore. Talk about vegan, low carb. Oh, what else? There's all sorts of shit going on. It's like food now. Low sugar, whatever. It's like, dude, it's just becoming. It's not beer anymore. That's why I got the Tuies because back in the old days, Tuies, good old beer. You know, remember all the KB and Tuies and stuff like that, Pilsner. There was none of this trendy crap going on. Although that being said, I can't say I was ever the biggest beer drinker either. I've been a little bit lately. Maybe it's a country town thing. You become a bit of a pisshead. Is it funny watching you slowly get drunk? Oh, it is funny. Okay. I'm very slowly. Slowly. That's because I've had some food, so that's good. I'll have half a dozen after the live. Han Super Dry, very good. I actually had Han the other day, a few weeks ago. I didn't end up reviewing it. I didn't mind it too. Yeah, it was all right. And it's a little bit of a cheaper one too. I'm pissed already. Good on you. You should be on Christmas Day. Everyone should be pissed on Christmas Day. It's the one day of the year. Oh, the second day. 2 days of the year. New Year's as well. Mix up some mojitos, bro. That's a really summer drink. I've heard of that, but I wouldn't have a clue. I could look it up, of course. You can look up anything these days. Stone and wood. I've seen that in my scrolling. I'm pissed. Are you? Lol. And birthday. Oh yeah, birthday too. Well, I think probably New Year's is the big one though. Truth to be told. Have less brand of beer and stop USB technology now at USB-C. Okay, sounds good to me. Spend all that extra money on hospitals, etc. Yeah, you wish, but they don't do it, do they? What does 1,000 means the Bathurst? Oh. I don't drink anymore, mate. Been sober for almost 3 years. Good stuff, and believe it or not, until I worked at Coles. I didn't used to drink it. Now I'm like, I wouldn't say I drink too much, but I drink every day pretty much. I think Walter just, you know, he just likes to come in, stir shit, and go. That's all right. At least this actually, saying that, compared to the other night, maybe it is because of Christmas, which is, you know, it's a good thing if people are being, good and, having a good time. Yeah, the night ones don't like, there were so many clowns in there, but you know what? It doesn't matter in the end because every time they come on the live, they're at least they're getting an ad, so because it is monetized. So that makes money for me. I like it when they give me money. They're not giving me money, but they're giving me a revenue from the ads. So that's all good. How do I edit my videos? I'll tell you what, if you are doing any YouTube and stuff, or even Insta or whatever, I use, if you've got an iPhone, now if it's a Samsung, I've got no clue. And I'll never buy a Samsung now because I'm just so used to iPhone, but I use iMovie on iPhone. So, and sometimes I use this other one called, I think it's called Video something. And I'll use that a bit here and a bit there, especially if I want to really speed things up because what's it called? The iMovie only goes 2 times speed. So sometimes I have to do 2 times, then save the whole video, then go back into it again and do 2 times again at those parts that I want it to go quicker. But it's all a big story anyway. Like it's hard. I've learned as I've gone along, but iMovie is the one I use the most. And you can actually adjust volumes and all that sort of thing, reduce volumes, make it less, all that stuff. Before, when I was trying to put YouTube music on videos, I used to find, and people used to even comment how loud the music was. I didn't know how to control it if I did it through the computer, even though I was doing. Sometimes I was using this copyright-free music, and I kept getting copyrighted, so it was bullshit. But then I'd have to change it, and I found out how to use YouTube copyright-free music, and I've got some saved. That's why you hear a lot of the same songs. I used to have to go in there. I get a notification saying that it's been copyrighted, so I'd have to go in there and change it on the computer. But what I do now is I always use copyright YouTube music, which you can use. No one's going to copyright you, and I can go in here and just adjust the volume so I can make it less than it sounds than even that I'm talking. So if the words that I'm saying and all the rest of it is on 100%, if I put some music in there, I put it down to about 40 or 30%. Otherwise, it's just so bloody loud. Anyway, it's all just learning and all the rest of it. iMovie, if you're doing anything, is a good thing. If you've got an iPhone, if you haven't, well, you can't put it on anything else like an Android. That is to Aussie's phone number. Where's my phone number? Have a guess what my phone number is. Let's see how clever these people really are. They think they know everything about me. It didn't surprise me people knew I worked at Coles. I put it out there enough when I used to bloody go live in the beginning. I used to even sometimes be doing a live when I came home from work with a bloody Coles shirt on. Pretty obvious, isn't it? Please shout out Big Jacob from, I don't know what that says. Zilzi. I think it's Zilzi. Good on you, Big Jacob. Keep up the good work, mate. Love to see it. Anywho, how many people we got? We got 10 minutes to go. And I am probably going to pack it in then. Oh, bloody hell, still 690. In a way, I was sort of hoping there was less, but don't go anywhere. We still got 10 minutes to go. That just blows my mind. I finished my cooking prawns from Woolies with sauces. That's good. I got some prawns from Woolies the other day or a few weeks ago. That was the ones I made that Chinese meal out of. They were bloody good prawns too. They were 20, I think they were reduced to $24, but they're normally 27. 1 kilo bag. I was quite impressed with those prawns. They're in the freezer section, of course. Down another beer. No, four's enough for me for now. I'll have a break and then I'll have some more off camera. What's my favourite fast food? Well, if you can call it fast food, it probably is because it comes out pretty fast. Probably Chinese is the best for me. Just hit the sign on the bottom right. Good idea. Hey, how come I've only got 2 thumbs up? What the hell? Do I need to refresh that? I just noticed that. There can't be 669 people here, and I was up to 810, and there's only 2 thumbs up. Bloody Nora. You must rinse the glass, don't wash it, or your next beer will go flat. I'm not washing it at all. You can just stay like that. I'm not that fussy. I ate 1 kilo of prawns. Am I bad? Sucking the head out might be bad. Get on the beers, mate. You love to see it. All right, $15 will do it. Thanks, pokers. Yeah, why not? Believe it or not, I'm going to get $15 every time I pull a beer out of the esky. I'll stay all night. Ugh. Only joking, guys. I don't expect you to give me money. That's just a bit of a joke. Talking about jokes, Alexa, tell us a joke.
Why was April tired?
Why was April tired?
It followed a 31-day march.
It followed a 31-day march. My bloody cat's up now. That's trouble. I left some food for her there. She's been sleeping all day. She can't handle it. She's too old. Almost come a gutser then. Didn't tip the glass. I was just thinking it was a normal drink. And I've been doing so good on the porridge so far, I would have screwed it up then. Here we go. This could be some of my best work. You do love to see it. I should be a bartender now. I'm getting so good at this. What can we say this time? Salute for any of our, is that Mexican? Any of our Mexican compadres who are in the live, which I doubt there is any. Although I can't drink that many beers. Come on. $14.99 tablecloth. Thanks. Love to see it. Have you seen the slow cooked meat packs at Coles? Brisket, rib, wings, pulled pork, $48. Give it a try. I actually have seen the brisket and all that. I'm always looking at stuff in there. Yummas. There you go. One for the Greeks. Sometimes I spend so much time in these supermarkets, I can't believe it. You know, when I used to work at Coles, I'd see the same people in there practically. I mean, I didn't work 7 days a week, but if I was in there 5 days, there was a good chance you're going to see some of the same people 4 or 5 days while I was working there every day, every afternoon, whatever time, you know. And now I've become a bit like one of those people. I used to think to myself, have they got nothing else to do with their life except coming to Coles and Woolworths? Now I'm like that, but I'm in there looking at stuff. I'm looking at things to do. Do you like seafood, mate? I love seafood. Skull, skull, skull. You love to see it. No, $2.99. Thanks for that. The Urban, I think it is. Thurban legend. Oh, right. Good on you. Bloody hell. Come on, guys. I didn't do this for you to give me money. $30.99. Cheers from Jordan Springs. I've been watching you since the poor days when you'd complain about the fuel to review at Penrith joints. Say hello to Fork Guards from Jordan Springs. I'll tell you what, I won't complain about the fuel anymore because considering what things are these days, and thanks for that, appreciate it. I only have to go down the road these days. Sometimes I go some places that are about 60 k's away, but I don't do it that often. So just going down to Coles and Woolworths, and it's 2 minutes down the road. So that part of things has worked out better as far as fuel goes. And here, ever since I've been here, it's been about between $1.71 and $1.81. It's usually around $1.79 lately, which is okay compared to the mountains. Now, a part of that too was in the mountains. For some reason, they charge more in the mountains than even Lithgow, which was further. I used to, every time I was up at Lithgow and I needed petrol, I'd fill up because it was ridiculous. Like, why should one? I don't get how one area is more than the other. And out here, in the middle of not nowhere, but miles away from any real big major towns, like cities or whatever, it's actually cheaper than bloody the mountains. I bet if I went to the mountains now, it'd be 10 or 20 cents more. Let's not get into that PayPal stuff. I know I mentioned it the other day and someone did give me some money, but I'm not here asking for money. You just do whatever you feel you want to do. I actually, to tell you the truth, it is nice to have the money, but I actually do feel a bit funny about it, and I always have. But because personally, I could watch someone sitting there for half an hour myself too, and I wouldn't give them a cent. That's just me. I don't get it. But anyway, thank you, and I do appreciate it. But let's not talk too much. Let's not focus on the money. That's cool. Let's not argue in the comments either. They need to know. Yes. Okay. There we go again. See, the more you talk about it, the more you get. Been a fan for over 5 years. Keep up the good work, mate. You'll love to see it. Thank you, Pokers. Now that's it. Don't send any more. And I'm not saying that's how you send more. Please don't. But I do appreciate it. The people really spend the buckaroonies. Now, the thing with that too is, a lot of people can't afford to do it these days. Even if it's a couple of bucks, I'd rather they kept it for themselves, for their family, for whatever they need to do. And the petrol as well. All that stuff. I'll get by. And I mean, the amount of, now the bloody views have gone up again, 700 watches. We're back to 743. Mate, I'm going to make a fair bit just on the ads from this live. So I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm not, like I said the other night, I'm not rich, but I'm surviving and, you know, I'm comfortable. That's the word, comfortable. Comfortable is better than living in your car. Oh, well, there's the other extreme, but we like the other extreme, being rich. That's always good. But, you know, I'm not out living in a tent or living in my car. So I'm grateful for that, especially these days. 5%. Well, actually 4.8, but you're close. You'd be feeling it by now. I guess it's because I had two toasted sandwiches. It's absorbed the alcohol, absorbed the beer. If I hadn't had anything to eat, and I hadn't eaten before those two sandwiches, I probably would be lying on the floor, passed out. That's my stupid cat carrying on. She wants to go out. And we've got 2 minutes to go, so at least the timing's good. My name is Money, and I'm going to have to go and have a pee soon too. Now, that is the other thing, drinking all this beer, you want to pee. I don't want to go in and pee and come back with the microphone on, because guess what? If I went in the toilet and did a pee, you'd hear it, because I got this on. That's something to remember. Oh no, 20 bucks again. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Thanks for sharing your food experience with us. Been watching for years. Good. And I hope there's many more years of you and me. Thanks, Roz. Appreciate it. And Merry Christmas. I didn't do the channel for the money or the fame. I didn't do it actually for the fame. I did it for the money. And I'll be honest, I didn't. Who wants to work in bloody Coles or something like that? I've never had a decent job or something that I've enjoyed. I enjoy this, and why not? And that was the main inspiration. I'll be honest, to make money, have a job, and hopefully to make lots and lots of money. But I'm happy with what I've achieved so far, because the first couple of years of doing it, I thought I'm never going to get to where I want to be, and I still think like that sometimes. But I am happy and I'm content, and that's the main thing. If you can be that much in life, that's all that. That's the best level. Then if you can go above that, good on you. And I'm still working on it. I will keep working on it. But like I said, for now, I'm happy. Happy with what I've achieved, happy with what's going on. So it could be a lot worse, let's put it that way. And it has been for everyone, not just me. I've had worse times than this. And if I was in the crap now, imagine what life would have been like these days. I would be probably living in a car if I had a car. You probably wouldn't even have a car. Happy is good, and I'm a happy little chappy. And I don't just sometimes say that in the videos. I actually am a happy little chappy most of the time. Yes, well, the thing with Greg is too, he's happened to get a few videos that have got millions of views, and so far, that's another thing I strive for, whether it happens or not. It's not to be. I'm not saying I want to be Greg. I'm saying I want to get a video that's got 1 million views. Who wouldn't? Like, just picture yourself, even if you don't do YouTube or anything. Imagine if you had a video that had 1 million views. You'd be doing bloody cartwheels, wouldn't you? And then the money on top of that. First for me would be just to get that 1 million views on one video. Not YouTube, maybe not. I got fired from Coles because I had a bit of a kerfuffle with someone. Someone pushed my buttons, but they all tried it there, like they do in the comments sometimes here. Not you guys, but a lot of people do. There's always someone trying to push your buttons and rile you up. Have a video with 125k views. Now, see, I don't, and I've got how many bloody videos? My highest one is probably about 100,000, maybe a little bit more. But then saying that, I've got one on Instagram I did a couple of months ago that's got 3.3 million, but I don't get a cent for that because it's Instagram. If it was on here, I wouldn't be live tonight, probably. I'll be taking a vacation. Anyway, but like I said, I'm not complaining. I'm happy. I've achieved a lot of things, a lot more than I had a goal, and I still have a goal, but I've achieved more than it looked like it was going to be. Let's put it that way. I thought everything's going to be great. I'm going to go all guns blazing. It's going to be fantastic, but it's been okay, and it's been good. I got sacked from Coles. Yeah, that's right. I did. It was my own fault. And I know what I did as soon as I did it. I knew I was getting the sack. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. And in the end, it's actually worked that I can do more of this. And I'm making at least as much money as I was there and having a good time. I wasn't having a good time there, that's for sure. How do I keep the laughing? I think you mean gear, but in top shape for this channel. Sometimes it's hard. It's like anything in life. Yeah, gear. I knew you meant gear. I've got 200,000. I've had 200. I had actually to about 212,000, but because I'm not posting much anymore, it keeps dropping, and you lose people. But I've got about 210 still. You just lose about 100 every couple of weeks if you're not posting, and then when you post, you've got to get a. It's got to be a really good one to get lots of followers at once. But like when I say really good one, I don't mean it has to be good. I mean it has to get a lot of views. But yeah, I got about still 210,000. And a lot of times when people recognize me, it's from TikTok, but it's getting a lot from YouTube as well. So a bit of both. Instagram, not so much, only about 10,000, I think. I think I might have 10 or 15. I can't remember now. I think it's 10,000 followers. Will you come around New Year's Eve or New Year's Day live? I don't know yet. I'll have to circle back to you on that one. These last two lives have taken it out of me. I've got to tell you, if there's going to be 700 people on a live on New Year's Eve or 800, that's very tempting. At least you got someone to talk to. Tell us how you got sacked. It's probably best I just don't say anything about that. I am my own worst. What? My own worst enemy? Why? Why? What have I done? Why did Cole sack you? See, this is why I don't want to talk about it because it just keeps coming back, keeps coming back. Let's move on. And I am actually someone these days, especially, who doesn't dwell on things. I just move on to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Let's just say it wasn't a manager, but you're in the right direction. There's someone who thought they were a manager, but they weren't. To Europe, no, I go anywhere, it'll be America, and mostly because of things like Jollibee, Jack in the Box, all that stuff. We don't have. I know we have. I know we have Hungry Jack's, which is apparently Burger King from the past, but it's different over there. Some things are different. I'd even do Macca's, KFC, all that stuff. Popeyes. I'm super juiced for that one. And I even saw this place that's in Fresno, and I really want to go there in California. It's called Mike's Kitchen. Look it up on Instagram, Mike's Kitchen. It's really good. You'll see why I want to go. Have you and Liz tested out the Commodore Ute tray yet? I can't do that because it shuts and, I could get stuck in there. I worked for Coles for 7 years. Well, 7 years, that's like torture. I was there for 10. I don't know how I managed. It was actually it was okay to start with, but it's the people that work there that are a problem, usually. Don't bother the Shake Shack. Yeah, like that's another one if I happen to come across it. But I want to try like New York, check out pizzas. There's one pizza place in particular, things like that as well, the pizzas and whatnot. But then also I wouldn't mind going to Japan. And if it ever happens, and it may not, I'm not saying I'm going, but I asked Liam, would he ever go to Japan? And he said yes, he'd like to go to Japan. So who knows? Could be a thing one day, but I could drop dead before it happens too. And I may never do it. The thing is, I'd only be doing it because of YouTube and because of what I could do there. That is the attraction. I have never been like a lot of people who, even if I had the money, and I haven't, but I've never been someone who's wanted to travel and like overseas. I've never, even to go to Japan, I wouldn't have thought of that. Back in the days when people were all traveling or whatever, when I was younger, I was not interested. But I'm only interested now I'm doing YouTube. Sansui amplifiers. Do you believe in Penrith? Do I believe in Penrith or Blue Mountains? Do I live in? Think. I love the vids with you and Liam. They are my favourites. And I booked a place now. I know it's a few months off, but I'm going back in March, and I've already booked it as long as everything goes to plan, cars and whatnot. Um, So I'm going in March. I won't be saying that I'm going to spend all my time with Liam, like doing videos, but there will be some. We'll get something done. Maybe fishing as well. Who knows? We did a bit of fishing that you guys didn't see there when I was there. We caught a lot of bloody tail. Not tailor. Brim. They're everywhere in that place. 120k view video, mate. Nothing there. Time. No, I didn't say 125k. Look up. Someone else said they had 125k. Look up, what's it called? Five Guys. When I first came to Penrith in the first store in Australia, look up Five Guys. It's ages ago. It's probably close to 100. It must be. I haven't looked back at these things. I've got over 1,000 videos. But Five Guys and A&W Root Beer Float. Look those two up. They're the two biggest ones. As far as I can, I haven't looked back for a while. Yeah, see, here's 125k, not me. Mine are probably around 100. Two of them, and that's only two. Like others are nowhere near it. Ugh, I should be looking up at the camera, but I'm looking down at the screen and it's bloody hurting my neck. I love to fly a kite. Yes, I used to once upon a time too. Five Guys is good. I didn't mind it actually. It was pretty good. Expensive, but it's all right. You get what you pay for. Let's put it that way. 3 Five Guys here in Melbourne. Yeah, they've had a lot more now. The first one was in Penrith. There's even another one in Sydney in the city now. I think Liam tried that one together. Germany is like heaven. Okay. I don't, like I said, I'm not planning on doing a Two Aussies World Tour. There's a couple of places I would go to, countries. Guys, I'm starting to feel the urge to go and pee. I'm going to scull this. Yeah, I'll tell you, I've got, and truth to be told, really have no interest in going to Bali. I have no interest in going to Thailand. I just think I won't say it, but it's just not my cup of tea. I'd rather go to America and do takeaway stuff and all that stuff. Check out some of the sites while you're there. Japan's a big one for me. I do like Japan. I like the lights, the just the. I'm not someone who likes all the excitement and glitz and glamour and all that stuff. But to me, it would be interesting to see because it is so, especially Tokyo and stuff like that, from what you see on TV and online. But anyway, I'm busting now. I'm going to scull this and then I'm peeing off to have a pee. Oh, I didn't skull it, did I? 664 people. Sorry to leave you guys, but I will have to love yous and leave yous and go and have a wee wee. I'm off to bed. You must have had a few tonight then, handsome man. Is that Albo, handsome man, or is that handsome boy? Any chance of singing a few Christmas carols? Oh, no, 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 no. Even the singing thing I only do to try and entertain you guys a little bit. Even that'll get copyrighted. Singing a Christmas carol. I think that happens too now. I heard back in the day when that first started, and I was doing YouTube at the time, I started copyrighting people for using, like, say, any music, like Metallica, whatever. You know, you could use bloody Taylor Swift. They're gonna take the revenue. I think I was hearing back then, even the people singing, like if I sang a song now that was like a proper song that you hear on the radio or whatever, the people are even getting copyrighted for actually singing it themselves. I don't know how true that was, but that's why I try not to sing too much either. Do a fishing, camping, and cook up video in the new year. I'll tell you what, if it cools down a bit, I've got one place in mind. Whether I go or not, that's another thing. It's not far from here. I probably would just do an overnight thing. We'll see what happens. Now, guys, I'm busting this and say adios. So, guys, that's me. I'm out of here. Merry Christmas. I hope you all had a good one today. And I hope this has helped, been a little bit entertaining. I've loved it. It's been great. Sorry about having a bit of a whinge about government and all that crap before, but somebody's got to do it. People are still saying Albo. So he's not a popular guy. Anywho, Merry Christmas. Have a great new year. If I don't do a live, and because people are asking it just may happen, I will see you in the new year. Well, I'm doing videos anyway. I'll probably go and do something tomorrow. The beat goes on. You got to keep at it. So, guys, love yous and leave yous. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And remember, you can never be too Aussie. Hooroo and stay fresh. 4 beers down. Oh, five. Bloody Nora. I didn't know I had five. I had four. Oh, that's right. We had another one for $15. I got to stop jabbering on. Bye bye. Before I pee me pants.